Hey guys, Joel Frank here, market analyst at YouTrading, and today we're taking a quick look at WTI. So we'll start off just giving a broad sort of technical overview of some of the key points that I want to make for WTI. So first of all, as you can see, if you look back here to early 2020, obviously that was when the pandemic struck, and remember there was also the price war between the Saudi Arabians and the Russians because they couldn't agree on output cuts. So you saw prices come all the way down here, and we don't have it on this chart, but remember the front month futures contract went to like -40 or something incredible. But anyway, OPEC managed to quickly agree on output cuts, which enabled us to recover back into the 30s. But then we had this other spurt higher around from here, from November, and the main reason behind that spurt higher was the vaccines. Remember, we had the first data from the Pfizer vaccine that showed that it worked really, really well. And since then, really, markets have been, it's just been risk appetite, really, hasn't it? There's been a few minor setbacks, but generally speaking, it has been a buy the dip story. And WTI has managed to rise all the way from the low 30s into this range. So just take a look at this. We were in this range that, it was the upper, around $65, $66 per barrel down to around $50 per barrel. And that was the range it was in for pretty much all of 2019. So we burst into this range, flew right to the top of this range within a couple of weeks. We actually did poke our heads just above the 2019 highs. What did we get back at the beginning of March? We hit highs at 67.83. There you go, just above 2019 highs. But bullish momentum has waned, and we've slipped back to the middle of this range, and we're kind of consolidating. Obviously, OPEC is moving towards increasing output now. And the pandemic has resurged in some parts of the world, particularly places like India, and that's triggered some nerves. But things have started to look a little bit better in the last couple of weeks, so we'll take it off a weekly. We'll put it on, I think we'll do a 4-hour chart. Yeah, here we go. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Cool. So you can see this little setback here around the middle of March. That is when the resurgence of the pandemic in a lot of emerging and important markets like India, Brazil, that was when those fears took hold. We slipped back and found this area of support here around the 58 mark. And we've managed to, since finding support there, we've managed to kind of build from that. As you can see, I've got this trend line here marked up. That has been pretty well supported really since early April. So throughout the month of April, we've been grinding higher. And most recently, you see this orange line, that's the 21-day moving average. That's acted as decent support as well. So things are starting to look a little bit better for crude oil markets. So potentially in the coming weeks, we could, as long as the pandemic situation doesn't, drastically worsen in the next couple of weeks, we could potentially be looking at a retest of the top of this range area, which we struggled to get through last time. Certainly a lot of the banks, I think Goldman Sachs released a note this morning where they were very bullish. They were looking for a very specific, but they were looking for a 13.5% appreciation in commodities in general. So that would include crude oil in the coming weeks as the pandemic recedes over summer and demand comes back. You're already seeing that in the UK and the US. We're just waiting for that to now happen in Europe. There's already signs that it is happening in Europe. And hopefully the situation in India can be brought under control. So potentially things looking up in the next couple of weeks for crude oil. And markets do seem to have taken in their strides the news that OPEC Plus are going to proceed with their planned output hikes that they signaled earlier on in the month. So yeah, guys, main event for today, it's Wednesday. That means it's official weekly EIA inventory data. But aside from that, main event will probably be the FOMC. And crude's just probably going to track risk appetite for now. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.